First things first, welcome and or welcome back to the channel. My name is Grin, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Now that sailing is on the way into old school RuneScape, I really want to grind up my skills to fully take advantage of any new training methods that sailing could bring to the game, as well as make maxing in the future a less daunting task. Starting with a total level of 2054, I aim to get all of my skills to a base level of 92. That means I have 101 levels to gain in this series and an ending goal of total level 2155. With that said, it's time to grind, and I hope you enjoy the video. Before the grind really gets started, there is one more thing that I need to cover, and that is the fact that in all of my old school RuneScape videos on YouTube, if I get a pet from any activity I am doing, whether it be skilling or bossing, I will be giving away 25 million gold. And the only way to win that gold is to like the channel or like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your RSN in it. So now that that is done, let's actually get into the grind. So I did something that might seem kind of silly, but I thought it would be fun. And I guess what's the point of playing video games if you're not having fun? Still don't know why I play League, but my bank value is still 1.5 bill. But I have sold many things in my bank to be able to buy. Where'd it go? I lost it. I don't know where it is now. Uh-oh, where'd you go? To be able to buy a scythe, which is almost 1.1 bill, because I plan on killing Vardorvis for this episode. And then also I plan on going back to Duke to try to grind out the pet in future episodes. It's kind of like a side-by-side grind with the skills I'll be grinding as well. And the scythe is very good at both of these places. And I thought it would be good to go back to Vardorvis, because in my previous Vardorvis video, where I only did 150 KC, I actually got the chromium ingot twice, which means I believe I only have to hit that drop table one more time and have it land on the ring to get the Altor ring, and I could make a quick 160 mil if I get relatively lucky with that. And there are plenty of other good drops you can get from Vardorvis as well. So I actually came back here to Verzenhaza so I can charge the scythe for the first time. The astute of you watching the video may have noticed that I actually only had half of the amount of vials of bloods I needed to charge the scythe with the amount of blood runes that I had brought as well. So now I'm going to fill the vial well with 10 more sets of 100 and then charge at vial well. Wait, I have nothing. Wait, hold on. What do you mean I have nothing that can be charged? Do I have to wait till it's fully empty? What? All right. Well, I have 1,000 charges. Oh, wait, maybe it's because I have it equipped. That's probably it. Wait, charge. Yep, okay, so that's what it was. So it's because I had it equipped, I couldn't. But so I can take those 10 sets of 100 and add it back to the scythe. So now I have 2,000 charges in total. And I think that's enough to at least start. And I'll probably have to add some more. But with that done, I'm going to gear up and go to Vardorvis. This is the gear setup I'm going to be going with for now. It's going to be the face guard, blood fury, fire cape, the Rada's Blessing 4, which I just got in the last episode, the scythe, Bandos chestplate and tassets, primordial boots, the berserker ring, because I don't have enough money to also get the Bellator ring, ferocious gloves. I have the ancient god sword here for the spec, and then just a mix of food and potions that I may be tweaking as things go. But I brought soul runes as well as death runes so that I can do thralls, but also bring a death charge, which hopefully I'll remember to use because I've never used it before. But basically to get there, actually, I'm probably going to go ahead and put this in there. Then I'll take a sip of this and then go back. And then you teleport to the Stranglewood. It's a pretty cool animation, despite the fact it leaves the cape behind. And then you just run all the way left here. I do wish it was like a bit closer to the boss, to be honest, because it still is kind of far away, but it's better than getting here otherwise, because before you have to like take a boat over here and then run all the way up, and it's just a bit annoying. But I suppose once we get closer, I'll pull up the collection log so that we can see where exactly I'm starting. I did kill 150 of these for a previous video, as I've mentioned before, but now that I'm here, I will pull up the log. This is Vardorvis. Let me basically all the way at the bottom. So, oh, I apparently have 152 KC. I'm not sure why. I know one comes from the quest. But I got very lucky. So one of these Virtus Robe tops is from it, and the Virtus Robe bottom is from Duke. But two of the chromium ingots were from this, and obviously the axe head is, as well as the strangled tablet. And I don't know if I actually got any Awakener's orbs from Vardorvis in that video. These may all be from Duke, but don't quote me on it. Still yet to get a blood quartz, the vestige, and the pet, obviously, but I think the goal is just going to be to do this until I can get the altar vestige for now, and then I'll probably go back over to Duke. First kill down, it took 1 minute and 59 seconds, which isn't like too fast, but it doesn't feel too slow either. I wasn't hitting very much at all at the beginning, but then the longer the fight went, the more damage the more often I would hit. But I think that's just how Vardorvis works in general. But it was nearly a perfect kill until right near the end. I screwed it up a bit, but because I missed one of the protecting from range, and then I got hit by one axe. But overall, not too bad. And the first kill loot's actually pretty good, 50k in blood runes. End of the first trip was only a 3-kill trip, but I can definitely get better than that. I mean, I use almost no supplies at all until like the last 150 HP or so, and then I take a bunch of damage out of nowhere. It's still like pretty nice. A lot of the muscle memory of the first 150 KC I did definitely is already coming back, and as you can see, 1 minute and 28 seconds, actually pretty close to my PB already at 1 minute and 17 seconds. And, I think it's just getting more comfortable. In the last 2 kills, I did remember I brought thralls because on the first kill, I actually never did it. And I had 2k scythe charges when I started this, and I used 76 in the first kill. So if I pull up a little calculator, I'll just call it 700 GP a swing. So times that by 76. So it cost me about 53k to run the scythe for this like first 3 kills. And as you can see from the loot, I only made 81k, so I'm actually probably in the negative here. So unless I get a bit better and use less supplies and get more perfect kills, the beginning of this making money is going to be a bit rough. First perfect kill rewarded with 300 law runes, 13k in, and our first like actual pretty nice drop, 191k. So if I check the scythe here, it says I'll have used 357 charges. So 357, I'll just do the same 700 GP per charge. Means that it's cost me just shy of 250k to run this thing, and the loot I'm looking at 398k. I've really only been using like 2, maybe 3 super restores, so I think I am actually still profiting ever so slightly while killing this. It would have been really close had I just not gotten this drop. Actually, I definitely would have been below profit if I didn't get this drop, but that's kind of the name of it, right? You just keep killing it till you get the good drops, I guess. Hopefully, the vestiges soon, because I've been pretty spooned at this boss. A mere 21 KC in, and I actually managed to tie my PB. Not too bad. Unfortunately, though, it was not a perfect kill because I only got 200 blood runes. Would have been 300 if it was perfect. Oh no, that is a beautiful sight to see. Just 24 KC in, and the first Awakener's Orb, a nice 1.2 mil on the ground, which definitely helps with the loot. Now it's over 2 million GP, and I'm no longer worried about losing money with the scythe. So something a bit weird has happened to me for definitely the first time ever, and it's that I died, but it was from the bleed that the axe is put on you in my POH, because I did teleport out and I ran over to the pool, but it wouldn't let me heal for some reason. So I died, but got put right outside my house, and there's no gravestone, and I have all of my gear still. So now I know that if I teleport out, even if I do die, I'm not actually going to have to pay any money from dying, because it says here, oh dear, you are dead. But that's pretty nice to know. So even if I'm fast enough with the tele out, even though I'm taking that damage, I'll still be fine. Awakener's Orb number 2 coming in, it looks about 46 KC and 1 minute and 52 seconds. Not too bad. It's pretty nice because the other drops I've gotten from this trip have been pretty bad. My first ever blood quartz coming in at 239 KC. They are 1 in 200, so not too much over, and we could definitely end up getting another one before 400 KC. I just want to refresh the log here. So if we go back, the only things I'm actually missing because of other Desert Treasure 2 bosses is Butch, the Virtus Mask, and the Altar Vestige. So if somehow I got lucky and attained really these two things by the time I get the Vestige, I would much rather just get the Vestige. But if I did, then it would be a green log, and that would actually be pretty sweet. Other than the 2 Awakener's Orbs I've gotten, this is definitely the best drop I've gotten so far. A perfect kill with the Dragon Dart tips, basically 300k. Bit of a rough kill that one, but a new PB at 1 minute and 11 seconds, and actually an elite combat task. Just received my 3rd Awakener's Orb at KC 272, which is 74 from the last one. I have now reached KC 304, which is 2 times the KC that I started with because I was at 152, and I was rewarded with a mighty 63 bronze javelins. That makes Blood Quartz number 2. I really thought about calling it a night, but boy am I glad I came back. Awakener's Orb number 4 coming in at KC number 312. So as you can see here, I did just complete a Vardorvis combat task, and it's perfect Vardorvis, which honestly is really surprising to me because I wasn't really paying full attention. I've done 221 KC since I've started this, but I was actually semi-watching, semi-listening to a YouTube video while doing it, but it means I killed it 5 times perfectly without leaving, so, you know, not too shabby, starting to get used to this. Awakener's Orb number 5 coming in 1 KC before 400. Only 16 KC later, and I got another Awakener's Orb. You'll love to see it. And with the end of that round of Wintertodt is the first level in the video being 90 fire making. So now I can put redwood logs in my Abyssal Lantern, and that will help a ton at Guardians of the Rift, which is where I will be going next. But before that, I have a bunch of crates in the bank, so I'm going to go get those and we can open those up. Got another Bruma Torch. I was going to try to open them all in one inventory, but I'm clearly not able to. All right, that's all of them done and opened, but the loot from it really doesn't matter that much. I got the Bruma Torch and some more burnt pages, so I will soon enough decide what I'm going to do with that extra Bruma Torch, wherever the heck I may have put that. Yes, now I have 2 of them right here. I'll figure out what I want to do, whether it's get another crate or get some more burnt pages, or just leave it in the bank. Have 2 of them. Level 84 agility. First things first, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. My name is Grin, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day. So I'm going to be bringing you loot from 100 chests from the 3 Perilous Moons, and the gear I'm starting with is full Justy because right now it is day 1, so we don't really know per se what the meta is at all of these 3 bosses, but it's believed at the moment that tank gear is pretty good, and I've been seeing a lot of people use the Blade of Saildor, so I'm going to bring that for now. But this is my gear setup. I'm bringing full Justy, Primordial Boots. You could probably switch these out for tank boots if it really is that good, but I feel like if you have no strength bonus, I don't really understand the point, but I could be crazy. Amulet of Blood Fury, Avernic Defender, Barrow's Gloves, Berserker Ring Eye, Fire Cape, and then this is what I'm bringing for food. You can always use the supplies that are in like the prep rooms for the Perilous Moons to get set up and actually use none of your own supplies, but I'm just going to start with this, try to get a few kills, and then as things start to develop and people start to see what's going on, I'm going to make some adjustments, and I will let you know all of those adjustments when they happen. But with that said, I'm going to go on in and start killing these bosses. So this is going to be the first loot chest of the video, but I think it will say it is my second one because during the quest to unlock these bosses, you actually do get 1 lunar chest reward. So that's been done, but after 1 trip with full Justy, I only ate 1 shark and used 1 prayer potion. So let's see the cost here, you know. Let's do that. 9k, a shark, and 1 sip of super combat. So maybe 11k GP, maybe 12k GP cost for that, and I'm sure it can go down if I just do better, but my loot from it was, these I don't think can be sold, but Grimy Irits, 21 Super Compost, and 103 Atlatl Dart. So, oh, I dropped those on the ground. And I guess I'll eat this too, take those. So I'm just going to keep these in my inventory for now. I don't know if these are actually selling for the price that they're saying. These might go way down depending on how fast these get farmed into the game, but it seems like it's going to be pretty quick. So that one chest, it took probably 6 minutes or so, adding all the loot in. Okay, so these are going down. So that loot was not accurate on the ground. So unless these can be sold, I'm not sure. Yeah, one each. Yeah, so 71k. That loot on the ground was a bit misleading. So when I drop this, the game gets confused because it's not worth the 103 GP that it thinks it is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do another one. Just finished up my second run, and I used significantly less prayer. I mean, if I use this, I'll go back up to full. Actually, my prayer is accidentally still on, but I realized a lot of people are using protect from melee, but it doesn't actually do anything. I've turned it off, and as long as you're standing in the right places, you actually very rarely take any of the damage. And the way I've been doing it is I've been doing the blood one last, and there are actually a few opportunities there to heal on your own just with the mechanics of the boss. So I've done 2 trips. I feel like with these supplies, I could probably do another like 4 or 5, but I think it's actually going to be worth bringing divines in because the bosses die so fast that you could sip 1 divine and probably do an entire run without having to sip it again. So when I go to rebank, I'm probably going to do that, and I may also bring Dragon Claws to test out the spec, see if it's actually worth it. But with all that done, Lunar Chest number 2. Actually can't open it if somebody's just clicked it. So I'm trying to sell the one of the darts for 1 GP just to try to test what the value of the dart actually is. And right now, it's not even selling for 1 GP, so I don't know if nobody's buying them yet. Or if they just are actually worthless and just going to be, I shouldn't say worthless. They're worthless in the terms of selling, but maybe useful in terms of the items or like the weapons they're used for. Like if I get one of the weapons, maybe, I'll just have stockpile of them to use, I guess. But right now, these are currently going for 0 GP on the Grand Exchange. I decided to leave and buy the Dragon Claws because I didn't have any in the bank. So if you haven't gotten to Varlamore yet, you just run to the far east side of Iraq, and then you travel here with the Quetzalcoatl or whatever it is. I'm really not sure what it is. Some funny bird, but it's actually pretty cool. It drops you right off, like right in the heart of Varlamore, at least the city. And then to get over to where the Perilous Moons are, I go over to the Renew for transportation. You click travel. And I haven't built the places to unlock these because I need the feed that the birds require as part of building the spots to travel to. But you only get those from doing the hunters contracts or whatever they are. So I will be doing some of those so that I can unlock the faster entrance. But right now, I just go to the Tiamat. And then you run south here, and I'm not quite sure what the agility requirement is, but there's a spot right here you can climb rocks. After you've climbed down the rocks, you keep running around, and then you get to go through these huge gates here. It honestly looks amazing, at least the entrance does, and even the city here, this underground city, looks fantastic. In my personal opinion, I think Jagex has actually knocked it out of the park with the design of this whole area. I feel like you can tell they've been trying really hard to make it look new, but also old at the same time to fit the old school RuneScape style. So, well done, Jagex. Chest number 3. Not too bad. I mean, how much are the water orbs worth? I guess really is what'll determine the value of this. Well, I guess the maple seed can't be too bad, right? About 10k. Oh boy, 83k. All right, not bad. All the soft clays. Well. About 95k, and I was right. 1 sip of the Divine Super Combat made it through the entire trip. But I do think I'm going to go bank real quick because I think bringing the Light Bearer with the Dragon Claws will be way better than bringing the Berserker Ring with the Dragon Claws. Chest number 4, not too much to speak of. I am curious to find out what the drop rates are for the unique items, and I wonder how long it's going to take me to get my first one. And I wonder if they're similar to Barrows, because I think you can do a Barrows run or trip in about 5 minutes or so as well. So I think they're similar, although this is definitely a little harder than Barrows, but honestly not much. But I am noticing tons of herbs from this, so I'm willing to bet that this might be a pretty Ironman friendly place, like once you unlock it, to be able to go ahead and collect all of these herbs without having to do farm runs and stuff. Granted, I don't play Ironman, so I don't really know, but it definitely feels that way so far. All right, so this is chest number 6, and I did not skip one between 4 and 6. I think I'm just going to start counting the first one I did so that the number down here is the accurate number. And I also think I'm going to stop updating after every single one unless I see like a new item or get a particularly high loot chest. But this one I got Blessed Bone Shards, which I have not gotten yet. So that's a new thing for me at least. And then I've got the Compost, the Harlanders, and the Soft Clay again. So, next chest, maybe something better. Finally getting my first unique drop from this on Lunar Chest number 28. Unfortunately, I do think it is one of the lesser expensive ones. It's only like 760k, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the bank now just because the price could still drop even further. It was a little annoying to go all the way to KC 28 because if you're used to Barrows, I think it's like 1 in 17 chests you get an item. So if the drop rates are similar here, I definitely went pretty dry. I was hoping to at least get 4 items in the first 100 KC, and at this rate, it's going to be very, very close. Prices are definitely plummeting already because when I checked this maybe a couple hours ago, it was 750k, and it's dropped all the way down to 624k just about, but I'm going to leave this in the GE for now, even though it's sold, just because it will make price checking things easier, despite the fact I've already sold the item. Because if I just deposit the 630k, we'll call it, into the bank, I might not remember to take it out later. It did not take as long for the second unique to roll on in, only 12 lunar chests later, which is probably about an hour and 10 minutes or so, because it takes me like probably 6 minutes a run. I have started using just the food here, like you can fish it and cook it. They heal tons. I've healed 27. I don't know how much it heals at max, but heals for a ton of HP. And then I've just been replenishing my prayer using the butterfly nets and the moonlight moths. But this one is worth way more than the last one, at least if the GE, like the Grand Exchange RuneLite plugin is working. It is worth almost 5 mil. So I'm going to keep it in the inventory, and after I'm done this trip and use all this food, I'll probably just go put it in the GE right away. This time it took a very long time again to get another unique. 28 more lunar chests to get another one. Maybe it's like 1 in 20 and I'm just a little unlucky, but I will say I think I'm really only going to go to 70. They are fun, I guess, but I think the Eclipse one really annoys me because if you've done it, you'll have experienced what I'm talking about, but there is one phase where even if you drop the boss down to 1 HP, you could be stuck doing that boss still for like another 30 seconds. And it is so frustrating to not just have the fight end, although the boss would be dead. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting a little tired of this. I'd rather go and experience some other content. I did end up calling it off at KC, I guess Lunar Chest 69 because haha, funny number. But I already have a couple things in the GE, but I'm going to finish selling off the rest of it and find out how much money was made. After selling it all off, I ended up with just shy of 9 mil, which is very close to what the loot tracker says. So not too bad. This is wrong. It says 54, but that's because the chests I did on day 1 did not count towards it. But apparently it says I only did 15 day 1, which I don't know, maybe that's the case. I don't quite remember, but sorry that this video didn't have more skilling in it. I really planned on having more, but I completely forgot about Varlamore coming out somehow. So day 1 of that, I was doing all of that content, doing all the quests, and just having a good time doing that. I also did some hunter contracts. But yeah, I completely forgot about that. And then I put out another video, the RuneLite plugin video, and that distracted me for a little bit. But the next episode of the sailing prep videos will be out in 2 weeks from this one and should hopefully have more skilling content in it. But I do have 50 million GP to give away, so let's do that now. All right, so I've gone and used a random comment picker, and the two winners are All I Do Is Turtle and Patrick5285. So congratulations. If you are watching the video, please add me on Old School RuneScape and reach out to me, because I will also be trying to reach out to you to give each of you your 25 million gold. And again, I apologize for the lack of skilling in this video, but in the next one, there will definitely be more. Varlamore brought a few new ways to train thieving and hunter as well, so I'll probably explore those a bit because it seems pretty fun. But I hope you have a great rest of your day.